Hi, how is everyone doing? This is Macasey back here with another vlog today. This is number 29. So I've done 29 of these for the last month as far as me doing a challenge and challenging myself to really do a video every day and just committing myself to doing what I need to do to maintain. Yeah, I'm a little bit out of it. This is maybe my second video where I think sometimes I see things and or something would be affecting me. But the last time this happened would have been when there was the explosion at the port area there in Beirut in Lebanon a couple of weeks ago. And I think this one here now is I don't know, it just continues to be event after event that continues to compound 2020 and make it just a weird year. So I'm sure most of you would know by looking at this video right now. I'm talking about the recent unexpected passing of Chadwick Boseman, would have passed away as a result of contracting colon cancer. And I know I would have mentioned the colon cancer thing in one of my previous vlogs where I was talking about that was a present from me to me when I turned 40, because that's the age where individuals like myself or individuals like Chadwick, we are the number one demographic with respect to contracting that particular disease. And I made it my business to ensure that once, and they say it's okay, it's the time once you hit 40s when you should definitely check on that. I remember I spoke about going and doing a whole executive medical and getting my colon inspected or checked, and craziness about that. But I always weigh me doing that. What is the other side of me not doing it, or if I do contract it, and what happens? Because a lot of times individuals will say it's not always the case, but for the most part, finding out earlier increases your chances of success. And again, I don't know the details with respect to his issues and how things went, but definitely it's a loss. And I know it's weird when people say, how can you say, how you could feel this way? You really didn't know the person, you didn't have a personal relationship with him. And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, but if this person inspired you, or things that they would have done motivated you in a particular way, so they would have done things to give you positive reactions by what they would have either said or done by their actions, and then why wouldn't it then be similar or apply when something negative or bad, or something just unexpected would have happened to them? You didn't go through that particular process. And for me, it really had to do a lot with like his portrayal of Black Panther. And I know that, okay, yes, it's a movie and Wakanda isn't real and all these other things, but I remember, and again, anybody who, so that's another thing about me, so like I like, so comics, animation, those type of movies where you could go ahead and adapt it to the movie screen. And I remember always wondering how come they couldn't get all of these properties right whenever they would do a movie, and it would suck. So we're talking about from when they did over Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to what else they did terribly. They started well with X-Men, but then X-Men went bad. Or you keep on doing over Batman, and you're reimagining it. And I remember when they started up this thing with Marvel, it was like, wow, they're finally getting it well. They're doing it well. And I was like, yeah, you don't always have to be on this black or African or tip with respect to diversity and all these things, even though that's important. Because you always look at, okay, if the folks are from space, you look at Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that, and it's like, okay, no, like we're not even in space. And I remember people used to make those jokes with Star Trek and Star Wars and all these other things, even though John Boyega did do a pretty good job in the Star Wars movies. But anyway, but um, when he when Boseman picked up the role of T'Challa for Black Panther, and he played it, I think there were a lot of other things going on in society that really brought a sense of pride to people. I still remember people wearing the African clothes to go ahead and go and look at the movie, and everybody doing, you know, the sign and the symbol and the Wakandan greeting and all these other things. And it was the first time anyone of like a minority, like a black person, could relate to a superhero outside of Blade, you know, because you see Blade is kind of, he's a kind of hero, anti-hero type of thing with this whole vampire thing or whatever. But anyway, yeah, it was the first time, and so there was immense pride in the work that he did, to the cast, to the director Kugler, and to the soundtrack. You know, I was just like, this dude is a really good dude, and then you hear him talk, and whenever he does press, he spoke about stuff with Denzel and all these other stories, and it had me thinking, okay, this is a gentleman who really went through life where, you know, you always talk about your purpose and what you're here for. Of course, always knowing when you don't know when you're going to go, and you just, it's a level of admiration, and then there's a level of fear. Sometimes you look at yourself and you say, okay, you know, you kind of put yourself in their shoes and say, okay, have I done as much as I could have or should have, or, and it's real easy to get caught up into that and compare yourself and get down on yourself because you're applying that person's successes to you. And I don't think that is fair to him, or it's not, definitely not fair to yourself, because no one knows the sacrifices that he would have made, challenges that he would have gone through, and you know, and the things that he would have, his particular path to end up where he is, you know. So when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, if it's anything, if it does anything, it really it inspires me mostly. It's one of those things where it's you take from it, okay, wow, it's kind of surreal, because like I said, 2020s, it's been trauma and loss of life and unexpected things, you know, from the Kobe stuff, or him, or some basketball players to look at Cliff Robinson, and he passed away, and I believe too they're saying it was from cancer as well. And you say, okay, you know, wow, like, everybody knows that tomorrow isn't promised. Everybody knows that, you know, that you really need to do your best and put your best foot forward and find what your purpose is in life and pursue that. But we all, sometimes we don't get the opportunity to do it, or we don't do it the way we should or how we should, and it just continues. But when you see things happen to these individuals, you're like wow, like, okay, so what happened to him? It makes you stop, makes you think, makes you wonder. And yeah, it's like a kind of, it's like a rambling, because it makes you focus, but use it to fuel. I'm going to use it to fuel whatever that fuel is, whatever it encourages me to do. I'm not sure what it is yet, but it definitely is going to motivate me. I know a lot of individuals, I mean, there's a lot of shock, social media is going crazy, and I have to say this though, I think a lot of people, the individuals, and it's really funny how I saw a friend of mine put up a post where somebody said, I think she said, what was it? It basically said that, you know, like, black people are tired right now. And I understood what she said, and in my mind I'm like, you're tired, you're frustrated with everything that you're seeing happening either at home or abroad, and how black people are being treated. And then you get people who like find it to crack jokes about okay, so like M'Baku is gonna be king of Wakanda, or I saw somebody talk about Screen Rant, where Screen Rant was like, okay, so who's gonna be playing the role of Black Panther now? And I'm like, insensitive, and I find it difficult sometimes for people to to even understand, like, do I have to explain to you like why it is insensitive? I mean, like, come on, like, really. So it's like, you have people going through all of these emotions, and I mean, as a personal view, and they're going through all of the things, and you then have to deal with people like on clownery, foolery. Why? Why? So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. So folks, like, I'm trust me, I'm sure everybody's going to be saying the same thing and whatever. They say it doesn't need to be repeated. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Uh, and let's, the ones who are still here, still, put your best foot forward. Do better. Start. Whatever you're thinking about doing, whatever you're thinking about trying, try it out. Do it and start. Even if that bad news didn't happen, man, still say that. Start. You're never going to know what you're going to get or what's going to happen unless you start. Writing it down or thinking about it, all of that is fine, but you still need to start. Just start. And at the same time, then do something that I always talk about as well. Value the things that are most important. And the things that are most important will definitely be your family, and to ensure that the ones who matter, let them know that they matter. Yeah. So that's it, folks. Before I go, I know when we spoke yesterday, we would have mentioned the fact that we're talking about the wearing the masks. So we did find out that it's going to be, well, when they make it into law, most likely on Monday, which will be the 31st, it will be $1,000 for the first offense, $2,000 for the second offense, and $3,000. Imagine that. You could do something to protect yourself from either you giving someone the virus or contracting it, and they have to make it into law for you to protect yourself, which is really, really, really crazy. But this is the world in which we live, and we have to wear masks. So again, masks, surfaces, go ahead and social distance, and yeah, and yeah, that's it. Have a good one, y'all. I will talk to you all tomorrow, God willing.